I'm tired of feeling like I'm good at budgeting one week and then falling off the next. So I created my own version of 75 hard, but for your wallet. And I'm documenting the whole entire thing. Let's get right into it. So for those that may be new over here, my name is Nikki. I'm on a debt-free journey, and on this page, I share real life on a budget. Now, for the last few months, really this whole entire year, let's just be honest, I have literally been going over my budget in certain categories because your girl can eat a budget up. And last month specifically, I had a wake-up call. I had an eye-opener moment, and I was like, you know what, something just got to give. This entire summer, your girl has just been eating out like crazy because I didn't have a child to take care of this summer. I didn't have to actually come home and cook. So every single day, mostly, I was eating out, and I spent a whole lot of money. Not only just that, I literally went ahead and pulled money out of my savings to go ahead and pay off my credit cards and my collection accounts, which my goal was to actually pay those things off by the end of the year. But I just got so sick and tired of just making monthly payments every single month, having all of this amount of money in my savings and still having all of this debt and still making all of these payments. And I just got tired of it. So I was like, you know what? I got enough money in my savings for about 5 months of bills and expenses. Let me just go ahead and take out the money to pay off these credit cards and this collection account and just go ahead and get it out of the way. So whatever money that I may run into, whatever money that may comes my way can be all of mine, and I can put it back in my savings along with additional amounts of money. Now, my goal is to rebuild my savings basically first before I start actually getting to the student loan debt and my house, because that's literally the only two debt I have aside from this other credit card that I share with someone, which I plan on giving that money when I get my back pay from my job on the 29th. So that's my reasoning for me starting this 75 hard personal finance challenge. Now you may be wondering, like, girl, what is 75 hard? Where did you get this idea for 75 hard? Because you know 75 hard for fitness people. So yeah, I came up with 75 hard, which I don't even think that it's my idea to do a personal finance challenge. It's just, I saw, just like you, 75 hard for fitness people. And I also saw 75 hard for content creators, where content creators was going to start posting every single day for 75 days just to build that muscle of just creating content. But I didn't see it for personal finance. And I just started a new page on June 29th of my debt payoff journey over on TikTok. I also got an Instagram account as well that I'm not really active on Instagram. I'm just repurposing that content that I post for TikTok on the Instagram account so that I can link my budget bundle on these platforms seamlessly. So basically, I started this new TikTok account to share my debt payoff journey, because I want to look back and I want to see, like, what mindset was I in when I was paying off this debt? How did I actually pay it off? What tools and tips and different little things that I had did paying it off? Because I remember when I paid off my car, I remember when I paid off credit cards before, I didn't necessarily really document the whole entire process. I just paid it off, just, all willy-nilly or whatever, and didn't necessarily have the content to go back and kind of like review and see what I did and things like that. So this time around, I actually want to document every single thing that I'm doing along this journey. And I told myself on this TikTok account, I'm only using this TikTok account to post every single day until my debt is paid off. So I needed some type of series going on, so that way every single day I don't have to kind of like get up and try to figure out, oh, what am I gonna post today? So I came up with 75 hard personal finance, which is for the next 75 days. I will be doing these rules that I'm gonna be giving you. I'm gonna be doing this, and I'm just gonna be documenting my daily habits, my spending, and all of that type of stuff. So what are the rules for 75 hard personal finance? So rule number 1 is tracking your spending every single day. This is where I struggle with, and I asked them over on TikTok, what days do they actually check in with their budget? Most people said on a week-to-week basis, some people twice a week, some people when they get paid, things like that. But I feel like the key is tracking your spending every single day, so that way you can see how much money do you have left. Because I know for myself, And I'm just being very honest and I'm being very transparent. I know that I spend money, but by the time Sunday get here, I don't know what the heck I done spent when it comes Monday to Sunday. Only thing I know, by Sunday when I add it all up, I'm like, OMG, I'm already almost near the whole entire monthly budget, and the month just began. So I feel like if you do it every single day, tracking your spending every single day, you can look at your monthly budget to see how much money do you have left in this account. Then you can start adjusting the budget accordingly. If you know that you're coming up on that $200 that you said that you was only going to spend food on, and you know you got $200 set aside for sneakers, maybe you can't get those sneakers this month. You get what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I gotta go back to tracking my spending every single day. I used to do this when I was first starting out, but I kind of like got away from it because I felt like I had my money under control, since I do have separate accounts, and I kind of do still have it under control. Don't get me wrong, I still do have it under control, but I want to be able to tell myself, if I'm giving myself $300 for food, I need to be spending $300 or less, not $800. You get what I'm saying? So that's where I actually want to get to. It's not that I'm spending all of this money on food and my bills are not paid, or I'm spending all of this money on food and I'm not saving, I'm not putting money into retirement, I'm not investing in things like that, because all of those things are still being done, but that's still not an excuse to spend $800 when you said you was going to spend $300. And it's not like it was like an emergency type of situation where it blacked out and you know you don't have no food, you had to go stock up or anything like that. It's you actually just going out, eating the budget up. You get what I'm saying? So I really want to like check myself, and I want to be honest with myself on the amount of money that I'm budgeting for these items, and I want to stay within the budget that I give myself. Now, the next rule is to basically check in with your finances on a day-to-day basis. Now, tracking your spending and checking in with your finances every single day is two totally different things. Now, I don't track my expenses every single day, but I do check in with my budget every single day. When I say check in with it, I might go to my spreadsheet. I might write down whatever I spent last week and put it on the spreadsheet, that type of thing. Or I might, I see that the phone bill has came out, so I go ahead and put those numbers inside. But I'm not thoroughly looking over it and subtracting the numbers and looking at the what's left and all that type of thing. I'm just reviewing it. I'm just writing stuff down as things come out of my account or as things clear through my banking account. So this time around, I want to track my expenses every single day, so that way I know how much money am I spending on a day-to-day basis, and I can subtract that money from the whole entire monthly budget that I'm giving myself. And then I want to look at my budget workbook, look at my spreadsheet, look at my debt tracker, look at my savings tracker. I want to be looking at those things and know the ins and outs of those things on a day-to-day basis. And I literally have been doing that, and it has literally been like an eye-opener. Like, I really don't even want to spend money on it, even though I know that I have money set aside for certain things. Like, this 75 hard thing has got me so like freaked out and so pumped up and so anxious, is that I don't want to do no spending on eating out, although I did give myself money in the budget to spend, you know, for fun, anything that I wanted to do with it. But it's just like I am just so careful with what I'm spending my money on. It's like I'm looking at the prices of things now. I'm adding little neat bits of things up. Before, I wasn't really necessarily looking at the $1.80 that I'm spending out of the vending machine, or the $4 that I'm spending on a frappe, and those types of things. But now it's like, you know what, do I really need that $4 frappe? Do I really need that $1.80 Snickers out of the vending machines? I can go without. So that's rule number 2. Rule number 3 is to do 15 minutes of financial education. That can be you listening to a financial podcast, you listening to a YouTube video. Even this video is considered financial education, and you can listen to it. Although I'm not a financial advisor or do not claim to be, I don't want to be a financial expert or those type of things, but this is financial education for as sharing with you what I'm doing in my own personal journey. And you know, if you are interested, maybe you can apply it to your life, or maybe you can tweak some things to make it fit your life, and you know, hopefully you will get the same results as me, or maybe even better results than me. So this will be considered financial education as well. Maybe you can even read a book. I am reading the book I Will Teach You to Be Rich. Absolutely love this book. I did read a few chapters of this book earlier this year. However, I did not implement anything. And this time around, I'm just telling myself, you know what, it's time to start implementing some things. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I am focusing on, like I said before, I was paying off the collection account, the credit card, stuff like that. And now that has been taken care of, now I'm back to like really monitoring these accounts and saving money and, you know, getting my savings back up to where it once was. And I'm trying to exceed that number. Now, the next 75 hard rule is to basically no unplanned spending. Now, like I said before, like I told you, I did give myself money for fun. I did give myself money in the budget for groceries and food and stuff like that. However, because I am just like so pumped up and I really want this to work for me, because I really do want to see the transformation that it comes with it, I'm not doing no unplanned spending. So if it wasn't already in the budget, I'm not doing it. And like I said before, if it's really not a necessity, I'm not doing it. So even though I said I'm giving myself $50 a pay period for just fun spending, do you need out to eat? It's like, do you need out to eat? Do you need a smoothie bowl? Do you need a frappe? No, you do not. Go downstairs, or maybe you should have put that in your grocery budget, bought it at the grocery store, and made it at home, which I didn't think about once I went to the grocery store last month or whatever. But it's all good. So I may not have no smoothie bowls this month. I might not have any, but if you see me with one, just know that it did come out of my fun spending that I'm giving myself this month. Now, the last rule and the most important rule, and I'm looking over there because I got it on my calendar just so I can, you know, see it every day, so it can be right in my face to know, girl, you need to be on it. You're doing this 75 hard personal finance challenge. Here are the rules. So anytime I kind of like deviate or get sidetracked. So the last rule, which is the most important rule, is basically you got to do one small wealth action every single day. And this is where I feel that the transformation is going to play a part. So for me, that can be me making money online. That can be me saving money and transferring money into my savings. That can be me putting money towards a debt. So now I have student loans, or I still have my house and stuff like that. I can be sending extra money to student loans. I can be sending extra money to paying off my house. I can be sending extra money to the credit card that I'm actually sharing. I could be doing all of those types of things. That's making one small wealth action. Also, I can be just writing out my spending, because that's a wealth of action too. You knowing where your money is going is a wealth action, because most people do not know exactly where their money is going. They are paid on Friday and broke by Monday. So any little small wealth action, I need to be documenting it and doing it every single day. And I have been doing it. I've been canceling things. Well, I have only canceled one thing. I canceled a subscription. I've already transferred that money. I'm waiting for that money to come to my checking account, and then I'm going to transfer that money into my savings account, and that's going to basically start off my savings for this challenge, because I do still have money in my savings account, but I want to document from a $0 standpoint. So I'm starting a new savings account, and I'm going to be, documenting what all is going to be in that savings by the end of the challenge, which I'm going to be also checking in with you guys over here on YouTube every single week. I am going to be documenting every single day on my short form platforms. So if you follow me on YouTube, look at my YouTube shorts, because it's going to be a video posted on YouTube shorts every single day, a video on my Facebook, a video on my Instagram, and a video on my TikTok. And then there will be one video a week every 7 days. Well, not really on a 7 day, but whenever the next day of me posting, because I post over here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So Friday, y'all will be getting a 1 week update of this 75 hard challenge, and I will tell you, everything, what I'm learning, how much money I've saved, how much debt I paid off, all of that type of stuff. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Now, why am I actually doing it? You may be asking, like, girl, why are you doing a 75 hard personal finance challenge? What made you even, think to do it? So for one, like I just said before, at the end of last month, I paid off the credit cards and the collection account, and that was like $5,800. So $5,800 that I had to take out of my savings in order to pay this debt off. So although I'm not making monthly payments on these items anymore, that big chunk of money did come out of my savings account, and I want to get back in the habit of saving money, and I want to be able to save more money. So that's the reason why I'm actually doing it. And then as I've been posting over on TikTok and sharing my debt-free journey, I realized that a lot of people crucify you for dang on having all of this debt, and they think they know, you because you're posting content online or you're sharing your numbers online. And a lot of other people want to do the same thing, but they are embarrassed because people are, throwing shame or putting shame on them for how much debt that they are in. So I feel like I'm gonna be like the voice of my community, of the girls that, they are in over 6 figures worth of debt but are afraid to step in and to say something, or embarrassed and things like that, because I don't really care about what people have to say about me over the internet. This internet, everybody got balls, and everybody, got everything to say over here on this internet thing or whatever like that, but that doesn't faze me. Like, my mission and my purpose for being or showing up on this internet is to basically be a community around people that are in debt, and to help us get out of debt by monetizing these platforms or making money off of these platforms in order to help us pay off this debt. So that's the reason why I'm like doing all of this, and the reason why I just want to be like come to the forefront of this community, because I know this, because a lot of girls are in my inbox and they are saying that I inspired them so much, and they thank me for sharing my numbers, and they're saying that they want to get out of debt but they are embarrassed, and all this type of different stuff, whatever the excuses are or whatever. But I just want to show people I'm just a regular girl from Atlanta. Like, I'm not the coach. I'm not trying to sell you a course. I'm not trying to do any of that things. I just want to show you what a regular person from Atlanta is doing, and hopefully you would get on board and get in control of your finances as well, because that's all I'm trying to do. It's getting control of my finances, like how I used to be when I was first starting out this challenge. And I mean, not this challenge, when I first started out with the budgeting and getting out of debt and stuff like that. So if you are tired of being sick and tired, if you're tired of just not knowing where your money is going, if you are tired of just being in debt, if you are tired of having $0 in your savings account, you don't have an emergency fund, you don't know what the heck is going on with your money, then I do have a budget bundle that I will link down below in the description box that will tell you exactly where your money is going. You can plan it out like how I'm doing. I do all of my planning at the beginning of the month before the month even begins. I sit down with it and I just go over everything. Now you can join in on this challenge, this 75 hard personal finance challenge, just to hold yourself accountable like I am. And you can follow me over on TikTok at Nikki on a Budget. I will also link it down below in the description box. But if you are in, I need to know it. If you are in, because I know some women over here has said that they wanted to join in as well, that it was a good idea. So I need to know. Now is the time to come to the front. Everybody that wants to get in control of your finances, that want to start making money moves this year for the remaining of the year, let me know in the comments. Are you in? Just comment "I'm in" down below in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.